This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within.
Today's video is in partnership with YWAM Publishing, and if you've been around my channel for a while, then you know that we really love YWAM Publishing, and I actually start assigning one of their Christian Heroes Then and Now books or Heroes of History books to my older kids starting in middle school, and they read one every month and give me a character report at the end of the month. And so I'm really excited about this special bundle that I've put together with them, because this one I had my almost 14-year-old son curate for you all. So this bundle is called Jesse's Summer Reading Bundle, and he put together 6 of the Christian Heroes Then and Now or Heroes of History books that he has read and loved or really wanted to read this summer. So this bundle is for 6 books. Normally this would cost $71.94, but with the Rooted in Rest Jesse's Summer Reading Bundle, it's only $36, and it includes free shipping. So if you're interested in shopping for this bundle, the link is in the description box down below. This is only available this summer, so make sure you check it out if you want to get your hands on some of these books for yourself. Hey guys, remember me? I used to vlog sometimes. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Abby and I'm a homeschooling mom of 5 kids. And every now and then I like to do a day in the life style video. And so that's what I'm gonna do today, a summer day in the life. It's about 9:15 and we are just finishing up at Josephine's swim lessons. Josie, did you have a fun swim lesson today?
Yeah.
Who came to watch? Baby came to watch swim lessons today. Our summer mornings are so much busier than our homeschool year mornings. So we've got, the boys are at football practice right now. Josie's finishing up swim lessons. We've got quite a bit going on. So I'm gonna drive home, get set up for the morning. I'll check back in and kind of tell you what's going on today. All right, just got my boys from football workouts and got the girls from home, and we are doing a Target pickup. I have a flight in 2 days, and I have potentially my first ear infection, or I have swimmer's ear because I'm a toddler apparently. And so I'm trying to take care of that with every other means possible besides going to the doctor. I'm really hoping I don't have to go to the doctor, but it's looking less and less likely because it's getting worse every day. So I'm doing a pickup for the eardrops. We have a family chiropractor appointment. And then we're going to do a fun Friday at the bowling alley because I like to do fun lunches on Fridays. So we've got the free summer bowling. We'll go do lunch at the bowling alley, get a little family fun in between all the errands. And then we've got schoolwork and swimming and pizza night, and I've got to unbox all my Prime Day things, get those things put away, and then start packing for a trip. So that's what's on the agenda. Baby came to swim lessons, right? Baby's coming to the chiropractor. Does baby need an adjustment today? Yeah. All right, chiropractor appointment is done. We take like over an hour as a family when we go in there. But conveniently on my list of things to do before I leave town, one of the things was to schedule the kids' physicals for sports, and thankfully while we were there he just offered to do their physicals too. So that was super convenient. This chiropractor has been a friend of ours since Jesse was a baby. I met him and his wife at a charity event, and I really loved that they were supporting this charity as well, and so we started using him as our chiropractor, and through that I got to know his wife well because she was running the front desk and they had little kids around our kids' ages, and lo and behold, it's turned into a lifelong friendship. And he's our kids' football coach now, and we homeschool with them, and She's our kids' writing and literature teacher, so some of you guys may know her. Anywho, okay, so we're gonna go bowling now and get some lunch at the bowling alley, and it's a really sunny day, so I actually am like, should we just go swimming instead? But we're gonna do this and then head back to the house. Ready?
Over there.
Okay, let's chat here. When I say that my kids are living their best life this summer and I'm just their ride, I mean that. As soon as we pulled in the driveway from bowling, which I demanded the bowling time of them, their schedule has been insane. Their social calendar has been wild this summer, especially in the mornings. Bella has picked up more shifts. She works in childcare at a local ministry, and in the summertime she always wants to work more. And then my boys have football 3 mornings a week, and Annabeth has physical therapy 1 morning a week, and dance lessons always in the morning as she comes out of her physical therapy and is ready to get back into some dance stuff. And then Josephine has swim lessons every morning, and all of this is like before 10 a.m. So every morning we have some get up and go, which is really, I am a morning person, but I also like to be home in the morning. So it's been a little bit chaotic this summer. I'll do a little bit of a life update, channel update here. It's been a little chaotic this summer. So as soon as we pulled in the driveway from the bowling, which like I said, I demanded that the kids make no plans this week so that I could do a couple fun summer things with them. One of the neighbors around here, all the homeschoolers in our neighborhood have found one another. We have a really active neighborhood and I love it, but one of them pulled in our driveway to just load up all the kids and go for summer Slurpees. They've got like a big, you know, one of those big vans that can take lots of kids. So a bunch of the 3 of our families all just left to go get Slurpees. So I'm getting my list made here. Like I said, John and I are heading out of town for our anniversary, or maybe I didn't say, I think I said. John and I are heading out of town for our anniversary, and I need to get the house set up today, and I need to get like my packing and like grocery shopping for the house done tomorrow. So I'm working on like, we have an overnight sitter while we're gone, and then we have a couple different sitters who are alternating during the daytime. So I have to make like, on my list I have, obviously need to clean out the fridge. I've got like, I want to put new sheets on the beds, especially because we're gonna have a guest in one of the beds. I need to write out the schedule of like who, because I have a sitter at the house during the day and a sitter overnight, I have different people doing the driving to get kids to karate and practice and dance and all that. So I have to write out a very detailed schedule so everybody knows what's happening each day. I need to deal with my ear, maybe. We'll see. Let's see. What else do I need to do? Oh, I need to make like a little medicine basket. I like to put together a little list of like a little bit of things that we use regularly that only I would know where they are, like the itch cream for bug bites, and you know, the preferred, if anybody gets a cold while I'm gone, the preferred medicine that we use, and just some band-aids, because who knows where people keep that at their house. So I'm putting those things in a little basket. But yeah, back to the chaotic summer. I am doing a back to school week. Mind you, our family the last couple years has gone back to school after Labor Day. But I usually have all my ducks in a row well before then. This year, this summer has just been so fast paced for us that I do not have my ducks in a row yet. I'm looking forward to this time away with John. I'm gonna have a lot of like free time mentally to just kind of rest and formulate my thoughts on some of the things I want to change up. So I am hosting a back to school week. It's gonna be the week of August 4th through 8th. I'm excited. I have all my content planned and I have all my video sponsors for that week, which are all the giveaways for you guys, but I just have a couple things I haven't settled yet as far as like exactly our schedule and exactly some family subjects and things like that I'm gonna be working out over the next couple weeks. So I usually do the back to school week in July. I'm doing it in August this year for that reason. And another thing to consider too is that this year, this is probably like a sit down with coffee kind of a video, but I just haven't had a chance to film as much as I'd like to, so I'll share it here. But Bella has started college classes this summer, and she's gonna be full-time dual enrolled over the next 2 years. I will share more about that experience and our reasoning behind that, because that was a quick decision made at the end of last school year, and I was a little emotionally unprepared for it, but it's absolutely the right decision for her. So I will kind of make a video about all the upcoming changes sometime later in July or early in August. But she's starting full-time dual enrollment next year at a Christian college, and then we've got, she's already doing it right now. Jesse's starting high school, Eli's starting middle school, Annie's going into 3rd grade, and Josephine's gonna be doing a little preschool. So for the very first time, I have one starting college, one starting high school, one starting middle school, all at the same time. So those in our homeschool, starting high school, starting middle school, those are change years for us in the way that they do things individually. I add a few things onto their plate. I change up my expectations a little bit. So really, I didn't consider that I have 3 of them. I was just saying that when I think about that, you know, I kind of went into this summer a little bit unprepared for all that I would need to be gearing up for this school year. So like I said, I just needed a little more time. I've never had 3 kids starting something new in the same school year before. So I needed a little bit more time to just unwind and kind of dream up what our homeschool year will look like next year and have realistic expectations. So back to school week is coming just 1 week later than, you know, I usually do it, but it's gonna be good. I've got really great sponsors. I'm very excited for the giveaways this summer in my back to homeschool week. So that is on its way. And yeah, I can't believe that we're rounding the corner here with my oldest, and really my older too. It's really wild to me how much change has happened in our lives and our relationships over the last year or 2. It's all been so good. It's just the pace has picked up, and it's very bittersweet would be, you know, the right word to use to describe that. So okay, so I'm gonna work on getting some of those things put aside in that basket and sheets and all that while I wait for the kids to get home from their Slurpee date, their neighborhood Slurpee date. And then I also wanted to show you guys everything I got on Prime Day. And yeah, I just need to get some of their schoolwork set up. Everyone's still doing a little math, science, and reading this summer. I will link the video up here if you haven't seen my summer learning plans, but they have about 3 things they do each day. Some independent reading and then 2 other subjects, math, science, some other things they didn't finish last school year, or some kind of a family subject. Like we were still finishing Plutarch this summer and stuff like that. So about 45 minutes that they'll each have this afternoon before we get into family Friday night. All right, well, the kids worked on some of their schoolwork. I had a few minutes. Josephine laid down for a nap, so I started on my little list. I've got Josephine's swim bag all set up for I'm gone for her lessons, and a note on how to repack the bag. So they need like a couple towels, and there's rules about like no eating after a certain time, whatever. So I just thought it would be easiest to pack all of that ahead of time for whoever's taking her to her lessons. And then Eli, he got invited to go to a theme park one of the days while we're gone, and so I'm actually pre-packing his bag and giving this to that mom before I leave town. So I've got I just got him like travel sunscreen, so that it's like little details. Like while the kids were working on their reading and stuff, I was just sorting socks and making sure that everybody was well stocked on socks in their drawers, because it's just one of those things where like if they don't know where they are, then whoever's here is not gonna know where they are. And so it's just easier for me to make sure that like everyone has fresh sheets, fresh sheets, fresh socks, a few outfits for my younger ones already laid out, making sure that like all the details are taken care of. And so when it comes down to things like this, instead of having to manage this on his own, I'm like, I got him a small sunscreen that he can just throw away at the theme park after. Face stick, same thing, he can just toss it or not worry about like keeping tabs on it. And then a water bottle, liquid IV because it is hot, a snack in case he doesn't eat well that morning before they get to the park. I'm gonna give the mom some cash for him, extra contacts because it's a water park too, swimsuit, change of clothes, that kind of thing. packing this up and giving it to the mom before I leave town so that I know he's good to go, so that he doesn't have to get himself ready for a day in Orlando without my help. All right, here's what I've got going on. It's one of those things where like I have all these things scattered in different places, different medicine cabinets, different bathrooms, whatever. But I tried to put it all in one place for anybody who might be here. And honestly, maybe I'll just keep it all together for the remainder of the summer, just because we're just so much more like active and outside in the summertime. So I put this together so that if anybody gets anything, right? Normally I have some kind of like a oil or whatever that I use for everything, but there's always a chance that somebody gets sick, and I don't want, you know, different family members or grandparents or whoever's gonna be here to have to like suffer through a whole night trying a natural treatment. I'm like, if you need Tums, there's Tums. But I did put things in here that are maybe more like particular to the way that I do things, so that if anybody gets sick while I'm gone, that, can you tell I'm having some mom guilt about this? I have not left the kids. John and I have not left Josephine yet since she's been born. And then, so for Annie, it's been a while too. So it's just one of those things where like, you know, if your mom has a certain way, I can remember from staying with grandparents when I was a kid, right? If I got a stomach ache, my one grandmother had a remedy, my other grandmother had a remedy, but the way my mom did it is how I wanted it to be fixed. Or if I got a cut, I wanted things to be done the way my mom did it, and I would just feel like more homesick if that happened. So I put some things in here that I use. So like the throat coat tea, I put liquid IV in here because if anybody gets like sick, like stomach flu type sick, this is what we use. And so I'm like, if I have those in there, then they, you know, it's just like one of those things where if somebody goes to give them Gatorade and it's like, that's not the way my mom does it. So I'm just trying to think for them, thinking in a case of emergency. The bug spray, actually bugs have just been really bad, so I had to get new bug stuff. Tylenol, Tums, Band-Aids, the throat pops, the, what's it called? Cough drops. I was just trying to think of every detail. Got a credit card, emergency credit card, in case anybody does have to go get stitches, they can pay for that. And then I just have to put our insurance cards in there, which they're in John's wallet. So then there will be extra insurance cards in case of an emergency credit card. I think everything's all set. But yeah, so this I'll go put somewhere special, and then I'm gonna take a picture of it and just send it. I have like a group chat of all the different people who are gonna be coming in and out, and so I'm gonna just send that to everyone so that everybody knows where it is and what it is, and then I can put it out of the way so that the little girls don't ever get into it, or so that the teenagers don't get into that. Like DoorDash emergency. Almost forgot. I'm adding chest rub and after sun spray in case anybody gets burned. This is my most recent project over here. I love these baskets. I actually ordered them from Target's website. They're the 11-inch water hyacinth bin. Yeah, they're 11 by 10 by 8, and they are absolutely perfect to fit inside of my credenza here, but I actually have them at my front door, like in our foyer. We have like a little table in there, and it fits in the storage in there. The kids' bathroom vanity, I can fit a couple of these under for like extra toiletries or supplies for guests. Where else do I have them in our homeschool room? If you guys have seen my schoolroom tour, I use them for a ton in there. They fit on those shelves great. So you probably have like 20 of these. I just like the way they look and how functional they are. So for example, I've got a bunch of Josephine's mag formers in here, and these just fit great side by side in my credenza. So I ordered a bunch more because they were out of stock in our Target, and I don't have, when I got this credenza, it was mostly like, I keep like our tea sets and things in here, anything seasonal. I've got, let's see what I've got down here. Yeah, it's a mess, sorry. I've got like our linen napkins, or they're supposed to be down there, and tablecloths and vases and servingware. But all of these spaces in the middle, let me see, this is probably, yeah, this is super random. I've got our vitamins in there. They don't need to be in there. I've got like some extra, this is like basically, this is my junk drawer. Extra serving things and holiday things, and yeah, just random stuff. a sleeping bag. Anyway, I don't want these to be all so cluttered, so I got these because ideally what I'll do, when my older kids were little, I had like a train table in this space and I would sit down in here during quiet time and play with them, or play with my babies while my kids were doing schoolwork. And so I'm trying to kind of set up a couple of these to hold some of Josephine's toys and books just for easier access, so that like she has toys in this part of our living room while I'm like cooking, or you know, while we're doing family Bible study, just things that she can grab and play with instead of having to be in her room where all of her toys are kept. So I'm just trying to come up with a couple things that would function well to keep in here. And then like another one of these will store all of my linen napkins and rings and things like that. So I just feel like this will keep all of this functioning the way I wanted it to when I first initially kind of dreamt up this space. Okay, now they're off on another walk with the neighborhood kids. I feel like this is the state of my summer, like just saying goodbye to my kids constantly. It's a very sweet group of kids. I love them all, but it's just crazy. Like we have gotten little tiny tidbits of time at home. They got home from Slurpees and did a little bit of schoolwork, just some reading and math, and off they go again, except for Bella, who's a college student now. Bella's having to learn how to make her choices. You having a hard time with that?
I have to read 80 pages of this in a week.
I know. What was it last week? 90?
90.
Yeah.
89.
Yeah, it's just hard because Bella has learned that college classes are less forgiving than her homeschool schedule was before. So she's doing a great job though. I'm so impressed with her.
Thank you.
John's outside working on the patio, getting it all tidied up for the afternoon. And if you want to know how hot it is in Florida right now, how hot and muggy, that is the difference between our air conditioning and the heat outside on our sliding door. All right, it's Pizza Friday, so I'm getting ready to start making the pizza crust. I'm just gonna mill up some wheat here. I got asked the last video that I did, and I don't think I answered yet. This is the Nutrimil, I think, the Harvest. But if you are interested in milling your own wheat, for years and years and years, I used the KitchenAid wheat mill attachment. That was only like maybe $60 or $100. And that lasted us like 12 or 14 years. I do find that the actual mill, John got me this for Mother's Day 2 years ago. I feel like this does a much better job with it than the KitchenAid attachment did, as far as like how finely it grinds the wheat. You don't have to have like the nicest attachment out there if you want to just get started. But now that I do have this, it's very convenient. I always just leave it set up in my pantry out here, and I can use it for my recipes. Now, normally on Fridays, we'll either do homemade pizza, like oven-baked pizza, or I'll make some uni pizza dough, like Neapolitan style dough, and for that I use a different type of flour. But it's been a long day. We've got a lot to do today, tomorrow, so instead of setting up for an uni night, which we just did last weekend, I'm just gonna do oven-baked pizza, oven-baked wings, and then I'll put out some veggies with our dinner tonight instead of doing the whole uni experience, which, you know, the kids will make their own dough and roll it out and build their own pizzas, and I usually roast up extra veggies to put as toppings. Today's just gonna be sausage pizza or cheese pizza and some wings, just to keep it simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this started here. I can't multitask. Yeah, this is a rare treat. I remembered that I got a big container of blue cheese last weekend, so I thought, oh, with our wings, maybe I'll see if I can make a blue cheese dressing, and I happen to have all the ingredients. So I'm just mixing up a blue cheese dressing. The wings are about to go in the oven, and then I want to show you guys my Amazon. Okay, so while my kids are on a walk and my pizza dough is rising, do you guys want to see my Prime Day haul? This was not a super thrilling Prime Day for me. I wasn't really anticipating any of the sales. I didn't really need anything for school, or I wasn't looking for anything necessarily, but I did find some deals on things that we always use, and so I went ahead and ordered them. So first up, these Orgain Kids protein shakes. The fruity cereal flavor is Annie's favorite, and so she'll bring those along like in her dance bag or to the tumbling gym, or if she doesn't like what mom made for dinner and she only took a thank you bite and she's hungry after. I got some socks, some more like hiking socks for John and I, the Eddie Bauer ones. So those were a deal. These were a Prime Day deal. Let's see what else. Paper plates. These are to be used while I'm gone. I just thought it'd be easier on the kids to not have to do all of their chores all the time without me here. So I got a bunch of paper plates. I think these were like $3 for 100 pack. So got that. We don't have paper plates in the house often, but every now and then. Let's see. I've got the liquid IV that the kids really like. Liquid IV, I've mentioned it. I feel like I've mentioned it a couple times in today's video already, which that was a total accident. I'm not like trying to super promote them, but because this is what they use for the school that they cheer and play football for, we always have it in the house because it's what they take with them, and they have preferences on flavors, and they've never tried the pina colada one or the orange vanilla dream because they're pricey. The liquid IV is like pricier. I don't like to try new flavors that I don't already know they're gonna like, but I figure that they would like these ones, and it was a really, really good price. I wish I could remember what I paid for it, but it was a good deal, a good Prime Day deal. This is like one of my favorite deals, the Touchland hand sanitizer. I got the top 5-pack and the juicy 5-pack, and let me explain. These hand sanitizers, yes, I posted this on my Instagram. Yes, I'm already thinking about Christmas. They are, my oldest daughter and my middle daughter love these. All their friends love these. I think they're like $11 usually, 11 or 12 bucks for the individual ones. And they rarely go on sale, at least the stores that I shop at, but it's like a fun gift for the kids to put like in their stockings, or I use them as like kind of toppers on birthday presents and things. But like I said, I'm already thinking about Christmas because we have a lot of teen girls that we buy for at Christmas time, and I host Christmas for so many people, so I shop for stockings and things all year long. This was the best deal I had personally ever seen on Touchland. So I got 10 of them, and I probably paid like maybe $60 for all 10 of, or maybe it was even a better deal than that. I want to say it was like $28 or $30 for the 5-pack, and I got 2 of them. So I think maybe 60 or just under. I will absolutely gift all of these by December, if not before then. So it's a perfect thing if you like to make like a little goodie gift bag for Christmas, or you know, one of my kids is about to get their dance sister, and so they'll have to give gifts before, like after dance intensive, choreography intensive next month, or my oldest daughter will have her cheer little sister, like little JV girl who's her cheer sister, and so they give little goodie bags before the first game. And so these are just like really perfect things to have on hand. And like I said, I have never seen these go on sale before, so grabbed those, and I'll probably pull out the 2 that I know my girls will like the most and put those in. I have like a stash in my closet of Christmas gifts already. I'll probably stick those in there for their stockings. Let's see, I know I got another Christmassy thing. Let me see if I can find it. Another thing for Christmas. Oh, here, in case they come back from their walk. This is the Hallie Gem pen and the gem refill set. Okay. This is not something I would maybe normally pay for, but it was a good deal and it is a good gift. So this is something where it's one of those things where all the girls have it, but just because all the girls have it doesn't mean that I'm gonna buy it for you, kind of a thing, you know what I mean? So this is the little like hair bedazzler that the girls will use at dance competitions, like for award shows. So maybe they'll dance and their hair will be all like slicked back in a bun from dance, but then the girls will like gem their hair when they put on their dance jacket and go on stage for awards. And it's cute and it's fun, but it's like 40 something dollars, I think, for this. And I just feel like with all the money that you put into dance for things, it's not necessary to have a 40 something dollar hair bedazzler. But it was $20, and it will be an amazing Christmas gift for Annabeth. She will love this and will not be expecting it because I told her no back in April when she asked for it. And then another dance thing, just hair wax stick. we just could always use these. This was actually just recommended to me because of it's a repurchase, and it was like $4, which is a good price because I think it's usually like 11. So that's just for all her little flyaways when she has a slicked back bun. This coming school year, she's actually dancing 5 days a week. Some days are like lighter or optional. Some days are mandatory for her team. And then my 16-year-old will use it on game nights on Friday nights for football to help slick back the hair. It's mandatory for both of them to have their hair slicked back for both of those things. Might be the only homeschool thing I got in Prime Day. A bunch of pre-sharpened Amazon Basics pencils. These were $3. We, you know, always use number 2 pencils around here. Couple things from Mom. The Gym People brand. Love that brand. And yeah, so I got a couple of their larger like cropped running top or workout tops. I wear like high-waisted running shorts or high-waisted yoga pants if I'm running, and so then they're cropped shirts. They're not actually like short cropped. They're cropped. I'm 5'7", so if something is cropped, I feel like it's pushing it for me as far as I'm willing to, I don't know, just my torso, the way, I don't know. I feel like I don't like wearing cropped running things because it feels like it's not like meeting my pants. But theirs is like one of those oversized cropped kind of things. And so it actually goes past my waistband of my pants, and it's actually really comfortable. So I really love this brand, the Gym People. I have a lot of their things. Do my older 3 kids all love Lululemon? Yes, and I buy it for them. And do my, you know, does my younger one have specific dancewear brands that she loves? Yes, and I buy it for her. I will not ever buy myself nice things for some reason. And so I love I love this brand. It's not like the nicest brand there is, but I really enjoy the quality of the clothing, and I probably use almost all of that for my workouts. But when it went on sale, it was like $13. Yes, that feels like a good price for my things, where like the Lululemon things are literally like $60 to $80. So I don't know, it's a mom thing, you guys get it. So got 2 of those. I splurged on 2 of them because they were $13. So I got this like army green color and black. And then I got another pair of their high-waisted yoga pants. I also, what I'm wearing today, like what I wore to my chiropractor appointment, are their joggers. I really like their joggers too. And if I ever go to the gym or to work out publicly, I wear these. But when I'm like at home, you know, I'll wear yoga pants. So I got these. I have this exact 2 other of this exact same pair of pants, but I got a 3rd. And then see, here's where I wasn't really thinking. I also got, these are like the running crop tops I was talking about. They're kind of like an open back top. These are the ones that are longer, not like a t-shirt. They're more like a tank top. In the same colors that I got the cropped t-shirts in. So, and then I got another sports bra. What is the brand? Because I have a couple other sports bras from this same brand. I think it's called like Running Girl or something like that. I don't know, I must have taken the tag off already. In the same color. So if you see somebody running and they're wearing all army green or black, it's probably me. Okay, so then what else do we have? More dance stuff, just ballet tights. And then these weren't on sale, but I got a bunch of cereal for the kids to have for breakfast. The best deal on this cereal brand is on Amazon for us because we have one of like the Whole Foods near us that Amazon ships with. And then I got Dots Pretzels for them. These were a Prime Day deal plus a clipped coupon. And this. What is this? Oh, the 36 count of Simply variety mix. It's like Simply Cheetos. Let me see. It's gonna be loud for a second. Yeah, it's like the Simply Ruffles and Simply Cheetos. So I got the 36 count of those too because this summer, 2 days a week, we have sandwiches, chips, and fruit for lunch. So I like to have those little mini bags just for a variety. I usually get like the bolder brand of chips from Sam's Club. They're a pretty good price, but this was a fun change up. So I think that was like $8 or $9 as well. It was a pretty good deal. Okay, that is my Prime Day haul. I know it's probably pretty underwhelming, but it was exciting for me, especially something like this that I know will be really going away for a gift. Oh, was this a Prime deal? I missed this. No, that was not a Prime deal. That was just like something else that came in the box with the Prime deals. Okay, so this and the Touchland were probably my most exciting Prime Day finds this year, and a couple of the little workout outfits for me. Okay, so that was my personal Prime Day haul. Let me know down below what you guys grabbed at this Prime Day. There were a lot of good deals. There was like a lot of learning resources and educational insights, and Melissa and Doug, and you guys know I love those things for my little kids, but we have been buying those brand specific things for so many years that, and I keep them, you know, stored in a particular way so that nothing is getting lost or ruined. To have like a whole storage system. And so over the years, we've passed a lot of those toys on, and we're still using the same educational insights and learning resources sensory toys with my, you know, 3-year-old that I used for my now 16 and 14-year-olds when they were 5. And so I don't need to buy a bunch more of those things, even though they release new things and they all look like a ton of fun. One fine motor sensory toy, you know, their new release does the same thing as another one that we already have. So like the super sorting pie that Annabeth has, or that Josephine has now, that all my kids have used. Yes, there's other learning resources like tweezer and squeezy toys that help with that fine motor skill, but we already have this other one, so I don't need to buy everything. I'm trying to convince myself, if you can't tell. All right, pizzas are ready to go in the oven as soon as the sausage is done being made. Wings are about to come out. I'm gonna put these 2 dressings on it, and then I've got a bunch of like Fridays the night that I like chop up all the rest of what I have in the fridge and put it out for fresh veggies before I grocery shop on Saturday. Pizza is served. We've got sausage, cheese, some buffalo wings, some honey hot wings, some veggies, and all the fruit has gone missing. Was this treated like an appetizer platter, guys? Yeah. Yeah, and then I made some homemade blue cheese dressing too, so I'll link that recipe down below. Dinner, and Ollipops all around, right? Yep. Side note, this is a 10 out of 10. These are super good. All right, I'm sitting in my room. Everyone's watching a movie right now. Grandpa's over for the evening too. And I'm just waiting in my bed for a teledoc to call me because I cannot get my ear better. And of course, it's the weekend. So we have a family rule that you can only get sick or injured if you're going on a trip or it's the weekend. So just waiting for this phone call.
Tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has so clear a light as any to see the horizon in the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out